Alright, this is Hidden Heavens, Campaign 5, Session 31, title to be determined. He wants to do the recap.
Queen, go.
How can she do the recap?
Just download the last episode into your brain and give us a summary. Chat GPT it.
I would love nothing more than to be able to download information into my brain.
That's actually a good question. Can you give like Chat GPT or an equivalent AI chatbot that's out right now a video and have it summarize the video,
No,
or
it's
does it have
not
to be
possible.
text?
If you take the transcript from the video,
Yeah.
you can then send the transcript in.
Only if it can completely transcribe.
It's not that hard. There's a well, you have to take it. You can just put them into like any of the AI, a different AI that can transcribe video, or just to convert the video into an MP3 file.
Yeah, transcribing AI is a lot more advanced than Chat GPT.
Alright, so it's gonna go
Hot
to our
take.
backup. Kane.
Praise the heavens.
Wait, that's Natalia.
Don't throw me under the bus!
You are under the bus. You are
Yeah,
being
you have been
isekai.
under the bus. We're
Clawing
burying
out.
you under the bus.
I'm clawing my way out. I'm kicking. I'm screaming.
You're being
Scream,
sent
you'll
to
be
Outer
buried
World.
anyway.
Why is it so ominous?
Don't worry. When you get buried alive, Fizzlebang will make sure you feel no pain. He'll just put sleep on you.
That's not any better. You,
Okay,
I know that
okay, then he'll just silence you instead. How's that?
neither option is warranted or good.
It'll be okay, Natalia. It'll be okay.
But yeah, Kane got thrown under the bus first, so I'm kicking him back under. Go, go, go.
Kane, go.
I am chewing chocolate chips. Sorry.
Oh, you
Um,
gotta be
you just
fucking
say a
kidding me,
word.
guys.
I'm ready. Give me there. Rough rundown.
The bus.
We
I
finally
have
got in.
potatoes.
We finally got in to see the Sultan. We were in the waiting room. There was a slime. Natalia fed the slime. The slime split into two.
I love our slimes. I am emotionally
Yes.
attached to them now.
She
Yeah,
is
you do.
absolutely emotionally attached to the slime because we figured out it was an awakened slime.
And it changes shapes.
It does.
And it likes
We
belly
finally
rubs.
got
It was an
in to see
awakened
the
slime?
Sultan. It was an awakened slime, and it now has a child.
And they both like belly rubs. You can
They
continue.
do.
It's just a very important fact.
We were kind of told off for feeding the slime. We apologized. We finally got to see the Sultan, who sat us down in a big round table before making Soul Forger grow by telling him to grow, which was the reaction that let Kane figure out the lore drop. We'll get into that later, but Soul Forger is now Cerberus. He is a big old three-headed
He
doggo.
has 3 heads.
And all the other dogs have 2 heads now.
Yes. We. So, is it fine for me to do the spoiler that we've been hiding from Queen this whole time?
No, she doesn't get to know.
Rude.
That's what you get for not being here.
You gotta listen to the
Listen
episode.
to the episode. Just listen to the episode.
All right.
You literally has to go to just that one part of it, and you will understand what it is.
Yep. We talked to the Sultan. He was a really nice dude. Although Natalia was up in arms about him the entire time until he croaked on us and basically killed himself, revealing that he had the last shard in his chest.
To be fair, she
last
was like,
shard?
Yep.
The last
Uh,
shard.
To be fair, she was
They-
like, I have been told to trust you, so I will. But she still had that bombastic side-eye vibes to her.
To understand what the shard is, it was one of the shards of creation. It was the biggest remaining shard, and the biggest lie, the assumption that we were making the whole time was that the shards of creation were a good thing. They're the bars of the prison holding back PB. So eventually it will shatter, which is what we want. But we can't use it, or else we'll end up in a similar situation that the Sultan was in.
Yep. So the Sultan takes his own life and with his dying breath proclaims, "May you all roll well."
More importantly,
And-
though, before
Wait,
that
so what
happened,
happened to
before
the
that,
Yeah,
shard?
hold on.
the most important. Can I do this part of the recap?
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, the most important thing that happened is that the Sultan took us out onto the balcony as he was dying, and his last work was to release all of the souls from the Soul Cavern back out with Natalia's help.
All of the he essentially gathered all of the souls and all the stars he himself was using to stay alive,
Yeah, and he took the ones out of Nat's eyes as well.
and he released them back into the sky. So now the sky is filled with night stars once again.
Yeah,
Your
I don't
sky
know if
full of
anyone
stars.
else caught that, but the souls were kept with Bone Man, the ones that he released.
Mhm.
The lights in the cavern were the souls that we released.
And from Nat's eyes. But the one from the
I-
cavern is what's insane.
I think they're the same thing. I think your eyes are just a reflection.
I don't know how they reflect the cavern though.
Magic.
Weren't
0
that
points
stars in her
space.
eyes? All the stars she was like eating.
No,
No.
No, I think I'm pretty sure the stars in her eyes, because whenever it was described, anytime that she like moved around, it was like you were looking through a window in her eyes. So the stars weren't like stagnant or anything like that. I'm pretty sure we just saw like the souls from the cavern through her eyes, and that's why they
She
look
was the
starry.
she was just the windows of the repository, basically.
Hmm.
But yes, the stars were released, and the Sultan was dying. We all had a nice little poignant moment around him before he took a dagger and took his own life, proclaiming us the new rulers of Azrael.
Yeah,
God, was
by the
anyone
way,
but you guys around to witness that?
also by the way, Queen, just for the fun of
Yeah.
it, they think Nat's the queen now because she has
Who's they?
the guards.
Okay, so yeah, the guards that came up and are helping us out, like the staff of the Sultanate, are the ones that I don't think they think that you're the queen. I think it's just like you're the head, and then it's the rest of us are in charge along with you.
Yeah.
But we also just kind of determined that you're going to be the figurehead while everyone else runs everything, because Nat in charge, while
She's too
well-meaning,
nice.
is
Yeah.
probably going to usurp a lot of stuff. And we'll
Listen,
just
she's
get
a
riots.
like I've said before, figurehead, amazing. 10 out of 10 of the job. People would love her. She's so sweet. Actually running the kingdom and doing the shady shit, no. You don't want Nat there. Like you said, send her off while you're doing meetings. Just find something she has to do in the city.
Harm
It'll
creating a
even out.
list of all the new orphanages being opened.
Yeah.
Nat
And-
definitely will be opening orphanages.
Definitely.
In
Wait,
in the expected expenditures.
Yep.
Well, hang on. Raleigh still has the orphanage that she reopened, wherever that
Also, hang
is.
on.
I
So
assume
what
in
happened to the
Osriel.
shard of creation that was in his chest?
It is locked up
Uh,
in a lead-lined box.
And it's slowly
Yeah.
breaking apart.
Yeah, we had to seal it because we don't want anyone else to use it, because we need it to break apart, and it has to be away from
Oh.
people for it to break apart. So it takes time
Oh.
before it'll.
We need
go
it to
bye-bye.
break apart
Yeah.
so it can be more bars on the cage.
No, it
No.
is the bars holding the cage shut. We want the
Mhm.
bars gone.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the bars were holding back the big bad thing though.
No, they're holding
Yes.
the big bad thing in place. We want them gone
Yeah.
so it can go away.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
No.
No?
No.
W-
So we do
We
have that
want-
backwards.
No, look, we want the bars to break so that way we can fight PB and get rid of him. If he stays in the prison, then his influence will stay as well. So we need to break him out in order to get rid of him.
And more importantly,
20
something
years,
that
though.
was overlooked is that the shade of her rainy day, a piece of darkness, a piece of PB, if you will, was released into the air so people have choice.
Do we still
Yes.
have the piece of shade in Strahd?
No.
No, that got released.
When did we release that in Strahd?
You
No,
sent it
y-
through the bag. That's how it got to Hidden Heavens.
I don't think I ever sent it.
Yeah,
to
you
her.
did.
Okay, I don't remember this.
Anyway, that has been done. We are now the rulers. Kane figured out the lore drop because of the whole thing with the Sultan and Cerberus. So there is now also just a magical door in the throne room of Azrael.
Okay.
which we still don't know.
And
what
I'm
to
still
do
in
with.
prison.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
yes, but the first order was for your partner.
Yes.
So you're on your way back.
There is
Yes.
also another lady inside your prison that like has well done some things, TM.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, so hang
also-
on. So you guys literally just set an order for me to be brought to the palace. You didn't even bother to go pick me up from my prison cell.
We have a lot going on right now.
Also, you weren't here, so we kind of went around that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, after the long rest that we're taking, Uriel now has to go and rewrite the contract for Osriel,
Mhm.
which I think we all understand is he's literally gonna have to go and meet the Maw to take
mob?
Yeah,
the
the
previous
Maw.
Sultan's place.
The Ma.
Yeah, the god of the area that is not supposed to be known.
I want to be there for that.
You are technically.
I want Katya to be there for that.
Yeah. You'll have to talk to Edix about that in character.
Okay, so the meeting has just adjourned that you guys were in. Natalia was being distracted by a cute and fluffy 3-headed dog. The staff have immediately recognized Natalia's position as figurehead only.
Okay, listen.
That's actually a good thing. That speeds things up.
You'll have
It's a good way to listen, yeah.
Uriel as the right hand of the Sultanate, helping make everything run.
Kane has apparently become the head accountant
Mm-hmm.
since he asked his daddy for help and got harm back.
Varula being the what's the title that I'm thinking of? The
Consort to the Sultan.
okay.
I
I
don't
was
think that's
one
the
way of
word
putting
that
it.
I don't think that's the word that he wanted.
Probably
Concubine.
not.
the princess consort, I guess, would be the title, but not the one that I was thinking of. I was thinking of like some like head mage or something like that. I can't remember. I don't know what it
Oh,
would be.
the court mage.
Yeah, but something more to do with like history and stuff like that because you're an architect. Or not an
Court
architect, but
The court
archaeologist.
archaeologist.
There you go. History major.
So a monk-looking character comes up in brown robes, and he will say, your ladyships, your lordships.
Oh my god, this guy!
We have acquired the prisoner, and she is currently in the throne room waiting your judgment.
Thank you.
Should we send the other one off to execution? The one who committed all the crimes as planned?
Me going through mentally of do they have the right one?
We will determine that when we get there.
Yep, we will have the official court meeting. So trials will be back.
He looks at his watch.
Official
Fucking
court
midnight.
meetings, official trials.
She's
It's like
well, it's he's sweating. It's about that kind of in progress.
Well, that's fine then.
Okay, good. He wipes his brow. Okay. He leads you
well,
to
then
the
just show
throne
the
room.
way.
They're already executing her. I don't want to stop it because that's.
I mean, you
Ah.
gotta stop it if it's Katya.
So, as promised,
it's not Katya.
this is Katya. He brings you to a redhead.
That's not her at all.
Oh. I swear it was. He puts on glasses. Oh. Sorry, this was Karen. He snaps his fingers and the guards like she suddenly starts screaming and throwing her glass of wine, and the guards are currently trying to corner her and get her back in chains. Lords, about that execution, it
Yeah,
appears
run. Run.
Yeah. He starts waddling down the hallway. Stop! Stop!
This is already not going great.
No.
Yeah, it's already not going great at all.
He
Me
gets
looking
around
at
the
Nat's
corner and
stuff.
starts breathing heavily. I'm on my way.
God.
Uriel with his apparently 2 levels of exhaustion that I didn't agree to.
You said you hadn't slept in 2 days.
I
Okay,
think
well, I meant that metaphorically. You know when you're really tired and you feel like you haven't slept in 2 days, but you have
Rest
Okay,
slept?
that's not
That's
what
I
you
meant.
said. You were very determined that you hadn't slept in 2 days.
yeah.
I was not that determined.
I think seeing him pause at the end of the hall, Nat's just gonna, I will be back in just a moment, Soul Forger, and she's just gonna whistle and just climb on Soul Forger and just go.
Suddenly her dog grows 5 feet and 2 more heads, and she doesn't care about her summon horse anymore.
She doesn't have the spell slots.
Does she know where she's going?
Mm.
Down the hall, Soul Forger can smell her.
Okay.
We smell the
Just
fat one,
trust
mistress.
her.
We smell him. Do we get him? Do we get him? Do we get him? He
Yes,
starts
yes,
jumping
go,
up and
go,
down when you're
go.
on him.
Yep, she's just go, go, go.
He spins down the hallway and he like slides trying to go to his stop and he rants into a vase that looks really expensive.
Does
I-
anyone have mending?
You just hear in the
I
distance.
smell her,
just
mistress. I
Nat just,
smell her. I smell her. She
"Right,
smells
keep-
angry.
Keep going, keep going. You just hear Nat in the distance. Just we will fix that later. We will fix it. And just you just hear distant pause.
There's a knight currently in the courtyard about to execute, and he's reading out like a different name, and you kind of just see Katya like trying to pantomime like this isn't me.
God, I think Nat just excuse me.
Sorry, mistress. Sorry. Sulfur's just gonna say I can't, and he starts to try to slow down, and he lands about like a foot from Katya's face, and he licks her.
And I think Nat just you have the wrong person. She's the one we were attempting to pardon.
Oh, he looks down. Karen? This isn't Karen?
No.
You remember, you have your tongue. You just go, "Ugh."
I know.
Oh, awkward.
Right. I'm just going to take her back with me. What crimes was the other one being charged
Sorry,
for? by any means?
Knights, go ahead and unchain her. She looks very angry. She's gonna lightning bolt me. Oh, thank God she can't. I forgot. Yeah, no time. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the second she's out of chains, Nat's like hopping off of Soul Forger's back, and she's just gonna start looking Katya over.
Who's currently being licked by 3 doggy tongues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's a weird mix between disgusting Soul Forger and tender Nat, like trying to double check all your wounds and just being like, I just need a rest for a bit, and then I can patch you right back up. I think, in theory, I can replace a limb. Are you all right otherwise?
I'm kind of like Katya is like trying very hard to like just stand very still and hope that the massive dog stops licking her. Kinda like how a
it
bee.
does it increasingly.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think at this point, while all this is going on outside, Kane would look at Varula and be like, "Do you think you could make her an artificial tongue?" I do remember they cut it out, and if this whole business, from what I've seen, she's going to be very angry and have a lot of things to say.
The
Can she
fat man's
cast
gonna be
regeneration?
behind you guys. It says, I have a potential replacement, but, but if we do that, are you sure she's not gonna? He leans back. He does like a motion with his hands, lightening everything. She seems like she holds a grudge. And he's like, as he says, he seems like she holds a grudge. Everyone's going to like meet up and then see Katya. Looks quite a bit worse for the wear. Got a few bruises.
Can I like hear the guy who was saying, "Are you sure she's not gonna lightning us?" Can I like hear that he's saying
Yes.
that? I'm gonna make direct eye contact with him, and I'm gonna like draw a finger across my throat.
Yeah, Nat's just lightly gonna smack Katya on the arm, not enough to hurt her, given her current state, and just don't.
See what I mean? Grudges. Women, right? He looks at Kane.
I'm miming strangling.
Yeah, Kane's not going to respond to that one.
I'm gonna see Kane. I'm gonna kind of look. I'm gonna tap Natalia, and I'm gonna be like point at him, and I'm gonna be like confused motions.
I feel like you
I
now need
think-
to need to describe who Kane is because
Yeah,
she
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
around for his description. Like,
Yeah,
at
Yeah.
so
all.
we'll just say that you can give the description just the whole time Nat's explaining it, just going like, this is Kane, he's the son of Asmodeus, and just go Talon, go.
Yeah, Kane is a 6'3" Mephistopheles tiefling, which means he has the goat legs, the hooves, the barbed and spiked tail, the ram-like horns.
He looks like a satyr.
It kind of looks like a satyr, except for he is red, and he is 6'3", and dressed in very fine clothing.
Don't you also have like a trident?
He does, but it's not on him all the time. It's his packed weapon. It disappears and reappears when he needs it.
Oh, okay. So they didn't, because they thought I was being like sentenced to death or whatever. They didn't bring like any of my stuff or whatever, did they?
You see a big old box titled "To the Orphanage."
Insight check the box.
There's
There
giggling
it is.
inside of it.
Yeah, I want to insight check the box.
Okay, roll it.
33.
You hear Telltale giggling inside of it.
Telltale. Okay, I'm assuming it's not a mimic or anything. Okay, I go over. Is it like locked or just like there?
It's open. It's like closed, but it's not locked.
I open it with my foot.
Fizzlebang is currently cuddling a smaller version of your staff.
I make high pitched, like angry noises.
He looks very spooked and runs away like a deer.
Does he take my staff with him?
He does not.
Okay.
Was it
Is
just
it still small?
was
Yeah.
it just a kid?
No, it was Fizzlebang.
Oh.
You kind of like look. Roll me another perception check.
Da-da-da-da. 24.
You realize it wasn't really small. It's just really deep for its size. You kind of just you have
Okay.
trouble reaching it. There's like an inconspicuous jar with fluid in it and some kind of floating pink thing. There's like, and then there's all the rest of your stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I'm gonna Natalia, I'm gonna like mime like in.
The fat man looks at Kate and says, "Women, am I right?"
Okay,
It's
hang
gonna
on. I
keep-
want to
Oh,
see.
I'm muted! Oh, I'm muted! Oh my god! I had an entire thing. I was like, why is no one responding to me? I was first off just gonna pretend Nat didn't hear that. Second off, I think Nat just all right, kitty. Just just nod along if I have it right and shake your head if I have it wrong. All right? You want me to get in the box?
Nodding.
Okay. All right. Nat's just gonna walk over and just kind of like look down in the box, look back at Kitty. Just
Yeah, I'm like pointing at it and then at myself, like,
you want me to put you in the box?
It's her stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, all right. I'll get it out. I'll get it out. And Nat's just gonna start getting in the box. Cause she just reached out and grabbed it. I know it's deep. How deep is this, Theo?
It's really deep. It's like 7-foot range.
Oh well.
Okay,
Nat
wait.
can
If I
drop-
realize it's 5-foot range, I'm gonna look over at the new Super Telga and I'm gonna be like,
Nat's like halfway in it.
I start pulling you back out. Mm-mm.
Yep. Kane will go over to the box and looking at the box, looking up, he's just going to jump down into the box.
Yes, get the devil to grab the holy gear. Brilliant.
As soon as he touches it, you hear screaming.
Kane, just a moment. Nat's jumping in now after him. She's just gonna quickly grab the staff and just kind of just.
Let
Oh,
me
okay.
ask you a question, Kane.
Yep.
Are you sure
Am I sure what?
that you
About the
want
screaming?
to jump in?
Probably not. It is holy relics. He did not realize that she was a holy warrior.
I imagine
It's
he can
already
feel like the
happened.
holy energy coming off
Yeah.
before he even gets in.
It's like, nope. Yeah, there's this instant like he's going down in the box and without his own volition, just like his legs spread out and stop him from going in.
Yep, and I think Nat just I'll grab them. Just
Yep.
pull me out in a moment.
Yes.
And Nat's just gonna go ahead. She'll jump in. And start passing everything up.
Wow. Okay, let me roll something.
Oh,
That's gonna be a bottomless box.
oh God.
Okay. I told you, it wakes up in a field somewhere.
No.
In a field?
In a field.
Is there anything around?
No. It's just there's just a lot of clouds way beneath you.
Beneath.
Beneath.
Yeah, you
Is
kind
she
of stand up.
safe?
You're like, what is going on? You look around, and you're like, oh, there's a cliff.
Go jump off the cliff.
You're
Nat's
Would you
not
like to
jumping
roll
off
me?
the
Would you
cliff.
like to roll me a nature check
Yeah.
or a history?
I'll do history. That's my better skill. 22.
You're in Mount Celestia.
Mount Celestia!
Oh my.
How did we go from box to get her stuff to Mount Celestia?
Guess who has
Celestia!
pockets tied to Mount Celestia, and then decided to hop into a portal. Essentially, it's a container that expands its own space.
I thought
It-
that you meant that the reason Kane didn't. You asked Kane was because there was holy stuff on the inside.
No.
It's a box of holding.
Oh God, Nat's just nowhere.
Roll perception.
Oh boy.
I'm scared.
That'd be scared.
12.
You see Kane looking down at you from about 50 feet above you.
I like to imagine Nat's making panic eye contact with Kane in the distance, and she just. That was not supposed to happen.
About 3 seconds later, you see Kane's rope descending down, tied to his tail, because that's the only thing he has long enough to extend it.
I'm like knocking Kane on the shoulder and I'm like pantomiming like possessions.
There
like
are
staff,
there are
and, like,
things floating within about a spiral kind of cylinder. They're slowly
yeah.
floating in place. And so from
it-
I
a
want her to
perspective
get them.
above, it looks like they're just in darkness, but when you're actually in the box, it's actually a space.
Is it?
Yep.
Is it Queen stuff that's floating in the thing?
Yep.
Can Nat just?
Did you
kinda-
have anything in your Mount Celestia pockets?
No.
Okay.
I've never used my pockets. They've never become
Okay.
useful.
Good.
With her being on Mount Celestia, does it look like anyone's here?
You're very lucky I didn't roll a 1, but I rolled a d20, by the way.
What would have been one?
Do you
No.
know what happens when two objects that are similar like that interact with each other normally?
But it's not actually an object. I mean, it's through my book, but it's just one of the abilities.
No, but it's a bag of holding and a bag of holding.
Right, but they don't. It's not like they're active all the time. I have to actively touch a pocket and then decide
Yes.
that. Okay, I don't know.
pantomiming
create-
bad things.
Yeah. But it doesn't become a small bag of holding. I've never used this. It doesn't become a bag of holding until I touch it and activate this
Your
ability. I've
pockets
just
are for
never
something
used it.
else, if I remember correctly, not your book. By
No,
the
it's
way.
from my book. It's one of the abilities from my book. Because I got a couple extra abilities, and that was one of the things you rolled. But Nat will just kind of look up at Kane, kind of look at the items, just kind of begin going over to get the items. Does it look like she can just reach in and grab them?
Yeah, you're kind of just like slowly gathering everything. One of the guards tosses you down a small sack.
Nat will take.
It was
Not a
another
third
bag
bag
of
of holding, is it?
No.
This is
Nah.
a mundane sack, thankfully.
Yeah. Nat will take the sack. She's gonna put everything in the sack, kind of get her own rope out, tie it to her shoulder. Put a hand like on it, and kind of go over to the rope and just kind of tug a little bit, like
Kane
pull
will
me up.
start walking forward slowly because this is not comfortable pulling something with your tail.
It wasn't a bag of holding. It was a haversack.
But yeah, Theo, even as she's going up, is there anything at all in Mount Celestia? Like anything?
Like a ruined kingdom.
Oh,
A
fuck.
ruined kingdom. Oof.
Are there any
Ugh.
angels on pyres?
Yeah, I guess Nat's technically the first kind of angel thing to walk here in a very long time.
True.
That's
I
a
would
good point.
expect
Let me
you to be
roll
in
something.
mortal danger. Because
Oh.
that's where, like, PB has said that he's, like, that's where he influences it most. Because he, like, straight up laid siege and took it for himself.
I'm scared that Theo's rolling something now. I think everyone else missed that, but I heard it.
No, I heard
I
it.
heard
but
it.
Yeah,
No,
Kane
I
is
heard he was rolling
walking
something.
forward as much as he can.
If anyone else wants to help Kane pull her up,
My strength, I don't have my ogre gauntlets. My strength is like 0.
Theo, can she tell where they said that? Can she tell where that voice just came from? Is that just in her head?
It's all around. Echoes of an echo walks among here again.
Does it sound like a familiar voice?
No.
So I think Nat, if she's just getting lifted up, her gaze kind of scans over the kingdom again. And I think she just soft as can be, just, who are you?
There's a black mist that starts to come in from all sides, slowly.
Ah, fuck. Oh, Kate, here's his, pull me up a bit quicker, please!
Up. My
Yeah,
tail.
This is what happens when you go to a level 20 area when you're only level 10.
Yep. If someone can help Kane pull the tiefling out, well, not tiefling, but the Azamar out, that'd be great. That'd be amazing.
If you have all my stuff, because I can't see any of this, I'm gonna start trying very hard to pull up with my very bad strength.
You hear very, very.
Katya starts to
strainedly,
slide
"Flap your
towards.
wings! Flap your wings!"
All you hear from Dad is just, I don't know how to use them!
Soul Forger currently is biting the rope with all three hands. He says, "We need to teach mistress."
Yes.
All right, at this
Can
point, can
Yeah, go ahead and
Uriel
activate. Yeah, I'll let you go. But
can Uriel finally show up and help pull with his?
Yeah, I said you're all there.
Yeah.
Well, he's exhausted. It took a while to get there.
Oh, is this after our long
That's why
rest?
I was like,
I thought it was just after the meeting. Oh, I thought it was just after the meeting.
No, but we've had a long rest since since the blood rain, so you should have everything.
No, because we fought all those people. That's when I used everything.
Black. What
Um,
does exhaustion level 2 make me do?
yeah, Nat's gonna, at Kane's request, she will go ahead and summon her wings and will just uselessly flap them.
Disadvantage.
She's just uselessly flapping them. It's not gonna do anything to help anyone, but they're out.
Natalia's head pops out of the thing.
She's gonna throw Katya's stuff up as quick as she can and just grab the edge of the chest and she's scampering. And the
Katya's
second,
like,
yeah,
A
the
black
second her tail's
cloud
out.
seems to come kind of a little bit of mist that kind of through the box, and then it starts to hiss in the sunlight and then retreats and the box closes.
We are never jumping in that chest again.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
Sunlight.
I'm going over my
it's
stuff.
still
Is all of it
starlight.
here?
It's still nighttime.
Here's the thing.
Hissing as if in sunlight.
Yeah, and I think Nat's just like trying to breathe through it, and she's just, give me a moment. And her wings are like still out there, just still uselessly occasionally fluttering just a little bit, and she just, they called me an echo of an echo. when it realized I was there. And then the mist started, and I am assuming, I have a guess, that that's the thing we're supposed to fight later on.
Uriel coming around a corner finally, just exhausted, dark circles under his eyes, leaning up against one of the walls. Ah, it looks like you guys made it in time.
Yes. This has been rather harrowing.
And I think at that, Nat just sees the rope on Kane's tail and just, is your tail all right?
It doesn't feel well, but other than probably being an inch or two longer, I don't think it's hurt that badly.
I feel like I've missed something. Why does he have a rope around his tail?
She
Can-
jumped in the box.
It was about it. Give me a moment. And I think at that, she just, bring your tail over. I'm not moving quickly.
Yeah, he'll walk over to you and
So Forge is still
Nat's gonna-
biting the rope.
Yeah, Nat's gonna untie the rope from like his tail, and she, for flavor, I know I probably shouldn't use my spell slot, she will go ahead and place her hand as like this like starry pink light surrounds it on his tail, and she's just gonna cast Cure Wounds for flavor, to heal the discomfort and any pain it may have caused.
His tail seems to like still be a little bit longer.
yeah, that's probably permanent.
Yeah, but it doesn't hurt now. It feels better.
Yep. Oh, I do believe, since if he is the same dog I know, there is a command you should probably know for the next time you ride him.
What is that?
Jump.
Jump.
So Forge flies into the air. He
I
starts
think
to
Nat just
run.
like, so come down, Soulforger, come down.
Oh, he's coming down. He fell. He jumped about 20 feet. Now he's falling.
Oh no.
Oh no! I don't think Nat can stop the dog.
Nope.
He lands and breaks the cart.
Oh, Soulforger, I'm so sorry. I didn't think that. She's gonna go over to him and just like gently cup his big old, one of his big three heads, try to cup the others, kind of just squish them all together and just, I am so sorry. Are you okay?
Ah. Ah.
We will get you sorted out shortly. We will either
I'm
get
like-
you an artificial tongue, or we will have.
I'm holding the jar with my tongue inside it, and I'm like pointing at Nat and then at my mouth. I'm like,
There you go.
I can. If you can give me.
The fat monk's gonna say, I can help with this. He rolls his like sleeves up.
How exactly can you help?
I mean, I don't really remember the name of the spell. I just do the thing.
I'm gonna
That's
move
kinda-
behind Natalia.
It's
Oh,
fine.
like,
I
go
look.
for
All
her
I do is I
shoulders.
say little words and I stick the tongue where it's supposed to be, and it just usually works.
Usually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes I get it. Like sometimes I flip it, but I mean, normally as long as I'm paying attention.
I'm gonna pull out my radiant gun and I'm going to point it at him over Natalia's shoulder, like, stay back.
What is
Nat's
that
gonna reach
thing?
up and kind of Nat's gonna reach up and take the gun, like the tip of it, and just kind of start pushing on it, and just, gotcha. No, it's all right. I'm not going to let him. You're going to have to give me about 8 hours though if you want to wait. I'm exhausted. There's not much more I can do at this time. At least not to that extent. Do you think you'll be all right waiting? At that point, I can just patch the rest of you up in your entirety. But thumbs up or thumbs down?
I'm gonna point at you, thumbs up, point at him, 2 thumbs down.
Right.
She's
Here-
looking at
here's
him
what we'll do.
like fucking like Lockhart, dude.
And I think Nat just, right, so what we'll do is you're going to stick with me for 8 hours. I will try to be your translator, and in the aftermath, I can attempt to put it back. Is that agreeable?
Mm.
There's not, I don't believe, and Nat's gonna like pull out her book and start flipping through it, and just, I don't believe there's even anything in here to go through the process of doing that. So, out of curiosity, Thea, what spell would that be to fix her tongue? Would that be
Well, 'cause-
restoration?
It's a special
Well, there's-
incantation.
What?
It's a special incantation, or it requires a spell that's capable of regenerating limbs.
i.e.
But would it be
regenerate.
regeneration because you're just reattaching the same tongue?
Nope.
It's
There's
been out for too long.
the tongue itself has an enchantment on it. An incantation activates it. Essentially, is how it works mechanically.
Mm.
It's just
'Cause, yeah,
sometimes
the
he's an
closest-
idiot and has a tongue upside down. It's used for like the
Can I
prisoner's
Arcana
last
check?
words kind of thing.
Okay, can I like Arcana check the jar and see if I can help to tell you in 8 hours?
All it
The
is,
jar?
it looks like a tongue that has several symbols carved into it.
Okay.
Yeah, because the closest Nat has is Lesser Restoration, which cannot reattach limbs.
Yeah, I know. All right.
I mean, I can miracle point it. I would use miracle points for you.
I
But
mean,
Aw,
you could
they're
also
not
you could also
tongueless
pay
still?
for a priest to do it too.
What about the guy who was offering? He's like done
The
it
monk?
before, but it just only sometimes works.
Nope,
Just
so-
make sure the tongue's the right way
yeah,
up.
sometimes he flips the tongue.
hey, Theo, hear me out. Would
Yes.
Revivify work? It doesn't reattach limbs, but it brings somebody back to life. Am I bringing a tongue back to
No.
life by putting it back on her blood supply?
No.
That would be
Damn.
funny.
Just make sure the tongue is the right way up and let him do it.
I start saying very, very distorted. You're not even sure what it is, but I'm like saying things at you that sound mean. But I'm like holding the jar out to the monk guy.
Right, and I think Nat just, do you want me to just double check that he puts it back in right? If that's the
Like
message you're giving?
nodding my head.
Okay, I will
think
double check.
she
I will make
dislikes
sure.
me.
She does.
I
But,
didn't even do anything. It's not like I cut it out. He's the one who cut it out.
Nat's gonna go
I
ahead and pull
know.
the tongue out. Make sure it's like flipped the right way, and kind of just stick it in Katya's mouth. And just, if you could say your words then.
Okay, alright. I need to hold it and then whisper something to it. So just
Right, it's the right way, so don't
give me
move
like
it.
a couple give me like a he like motions for like a foot of distance.
Nat will just make sure the tongue's right. Make sure it's right when he takes, and just do not move it. And then she's just gonna start backing up. She's watching him very intently. She will stop him mid-word if he moves it the wrong way.
And this is what he says. Only Kata can hear this, and her tongue is reattached. It's like a little cold, you know.
Okay. I'm gonna open my mouth and kind of like move the tongue around, like I'm stretching it or whatever, like when you've got pins and needles in your hand.
So we're good, right?
I firebolt him.
Oh my.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Oh no.
roll damage.
How's he looking? Can Nat just
Well, I
go
have
ahead
to
and
roll
get
to
your
hit
wounds
first.
ready?
He's an NPC.
Got my tongue out.
He's just following orders.
26 to hit.
26 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
Oh, not that much. 11 damage.
He's dead.
Nah.
Kitty!
He cut my tongue out.
It's his dying. His last words are, "She held a grudge."
I'm feeling vengeful.
Kitty, are you able to bring people back to life? Is that
If I have
something you
to.
learned yet? Bring him back
If I
to life,
have to.
please.
I can revivify him if I have to. Do I have to?
Revivify only works within a minute.
Well, you just killed him, so you could probably.
Yep, we've got
revive him.
time.
If you've got
I'm
the
gonna,
spell
like-
slot.
I do have the spell slot, but I'm gonna like wait 30 seconds.
Fizzlebang is currently hovering over him with a stopwatch.
Yeah, Nat's like is moving over to kind of smack Kitty on the shoulder and just go fix it, please. I understand
Okay,
your heart and
so-
your upset.
So Kitty, I want to know what your wisdom modifier is.
7.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll, and it's gonna be if you decide to wait for the last possible second, I'm going to roll
No,
to
not the
see
last
how
possible
accurate your
second.
timekeeping is.
It's not the last possible second. I was just waiting like 20 seconds, I said. Like I have to like think about it.
Nat's like smacking you on the shoulder.
And I'm like, and then I'm gonna like,
The knights
like,
are currently
fine.
looking at each other like, she just like killed a dude.
Bring him back.
all right, I like, whatever. Freaking revivify him.
He wakes up with a gasp and like looks terrified, as if he had seen the other side.
Hi, bud.
He starts to weep.
I am so sorry that you just experienced that. Nat's gonna like just look at Kitty and just, I understand you're hurt and you're upset, and that's completely understandable. But we do not kill
I
people when
feel
we're
like that
upset.
requires an alignment change.
You kinda.
I
Yeah.
feel like there has to be some consequences for killing this dude in cold blood, but I don't know how Uriel would do it, other than just be like at Katya, like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Really?"
Yeah, Nat's already like moving over to like calm the guy down.
He is running off screaming. He has seen something he does not want to see again, but knows it's waiting for him at the end. He has now has existential dread for the rest of his life.
Good.
It
I
might
think
make him
Nat-
change his ways.
Nat's
Yeah,
just gonna
what's
look
your
over.
alignment, Katya?
It was chaotic, like neutral.
Yeah, it's like evil now. That was
I'm
a
chaotic evil.
that's a decidedly evil act.
Just one of them is enough to make me evil.
Okay, let's be honest. This isn't the first like
And
borderline
also-
evil thing you've done.
It's murder.
Okay, yes, but also this wasn't just like killing a random guy. This guy literally like cut my tongue out as I was being held down.
Yeah, but under orders.
Also, I brought him back.
There's a difference between cutting a tongue, because that's your like what you have to do in the moment,
Yeah,
versus
killing him.
vengeance and
unmasked.
murder.
I didn't know it would murder
Like this
him.
was
It was a
he
cantrip.
apologized and then you killed him. An unnamed NPC that
Not
would
exactly
have no
unnamed.
chance against
To
a
be fair,
level
him and
10
Katya have a little bit more
cleric.
history, but like
Yeah.
that still doesn't warrant murder. I would say probably. Well, maybe from Katya's perspective, but not from your guys'.
Katya felt
Definitely.
vindicated.
I feel like the Dawn Father is disappointed in you.
I feel like you're not going to get your Dawn Father allowance now. But yeah, I think Nat's just gonna look up towards the knights that are still in the room and just, you have a better history with him, I assume. Can you go speak with him and make sure he's all right?
Who's she looking at?
You said there were knights in the room currently.
Yeah,
That's who she's looking at.
you don't know that guy.
Oh, you don't?
We're coworkers.
Right, but that's still better than me marching up to him. I'm going to be far more terrifying. Can you just go check on him, please?
I mean, he's like looking kind of down the hill. That guy's like pretty far down there. Is that really necessary?
No.
Yes.
Here's what we're going to do. All right. We are going to send him
Fruit
we're going to
basket,
give
says-
him
says
a
Fizzleberg.
fruit basket, a 2-week vacation, and a small bonus.
I don't think a fruit basket's going to make this better, Kane.
No, but
In my experience, fruit baskets always make murder better.
so we're going to give him time off so he can actually get his head right, because if he saw what I believe he saw, he's going to need the time.
Right. I think she kind of looks at Kane and just, do they have therapists in Osriel?
Kane shrugs. He does not know. He is not native to Osriel. He
What's,
is native to hell.
What's therapist?
Right.
No,
Harm.
they do not have modern mental health services in Osriel. Sorry.
God damn it.
Yeah, Kane calls for harm.
Do they not have like a town person you can go talk to when you think you're going crazy?
Harm appears and bows. What can I do for you?
There is someone that has seen the afterlife early. They are currently having an existential
Okay,
crisis.
one quick scrubber.
Yes, please.
Okay, so where is he?
Currently running out of the horizon. And I just point
Ah.
in the direction.
That could be a problem.
So wait, who are we sending after him? Just like a random
Harm.
guard?
It's Harm.
Oh, okay.
Your harm.
So, oh, hey, how you doing? He tips his hat to Katya. Welcome back. Now, for the rest of you, do you have any idea what his name is?
Turn to the guards.
They shrug.
Turn to Katya.
I'm like, what?
Do you know his name?
Maybe.
We
I do
can
know his
also
name.
we can also have Harm remove any trauma that he has caused you.
Oh no, not trauma. We just we replace the trauma with other trauma.
What?
Damon, not healer.
Yes. But the trauma is usually less than the trauma they've went through, especially if it's something bad
Yeah,
enough to
well, I
cause
could find him as long as
existential
he's at
dread.
about 300. He's not 300 feet. You know, for being a fat guy, he can run pretty quick.
Yes, I'm assuming he ended up on one of the layers.
Right. I could go after him.
He is currently immersed in the city of Osrol and hiding.
I got a dog who can maybe sniff him out.
I could arcane an eye and go find him.
So this is me as the DM saying he has gone. So this
Yep.
will have an impact later.
Okay, never mind. He is out of range.
Do you think we could look through the employee records later and maybe locate him?
Possibly, but
fine.
there is a time limit as well.
Hmm.
I think we are done for the night.
Harmon looks up at the sky. You know, I haven't seen that in a long time.
The stars.
Yeah. You don't really see him where I'm from.
No, you don't. All you see is the magma rivers and the sulfur clouds, the brimstone pits.
Yeah, I miss home.
It does have its charms.
I think with that, Nat's just gonna stand up, whistle for Soul Forger.
He's currently
Um,
chewing
What's he chewing?
rope.
Kane's
That's
rope.
fine. I think Nat just. Kane, by the way, I will replace your rope. I don't
It's
believe you want
fine.
it back at this point.
It's fine.
At the thought, at the word of getting it back, he growls slightly.
Soul
You can
Forger.
have it. You can have it. I don't mind.
That's it's very kind of you. But Soul Forger, we do not growl at people unless we're in a fight and you are ordered to. You do not growl. That's
He
rude.
pouts a little bit.
Tell you what, Soul Forger, why don't you play tug of war with yourself?
He is. But the metalhead's feeling left out.
Can Nat go ahead and just sigh and untie the bit of rope that she had cut to tie to the Katya's bag and just kind of hold it out to him?
All three heads try to grab it.
They're all now three playing tug of war.
Yes.
You two, and she's gonna look over towards the knights. Can you please try to locate his name if you have the time? I'm sure someone on the staff is familiar with him and is close with him in some capacity.
Well, I suppose I could always check the registry, but, well, we kind of have a self-updating system.
He hasn't yet quit in all technicality.
He
Would it-
resigned his commission in one way or another, I suppose.
Right, but not verbally. So,
No, he
Uh,
means that when he died, he was automatically taken off the registry.
right. I think it'd be too terrifying to ask it to just send the pups after him. I don't think that would help anything.
I think we will just have to go to the payroll department and have them send him a letter.
That may be for the best, though. I wish there was more we could do.
And we can also check the noble families. Usually, the lesser favorite son ends up as one of him.
Yes.
Would you be able to begin that?
Yeah, I'll add it to the queue.
Thank you.
He starts writing it in the calendar.
I think with that, Nat's just gonna kind of step over, pat one of Soul Forger's necks, kind of think for a second, pat the other two, and just, come on, you can bring your robe with you. We're going to bed. Come on.
He shrinks.
Oh my god, is he back to normal Soul Forger size?
Yes.
I think Nat just
He
you
is
see
he
her
is currently tugging along the very long rope. It's
you
following him.
see Nat oh my god, you see Nat's shoulders just sag with relief. And she just, oh, I'm so glad that you're able to do that. Again, you two, I'm sorry for asking you so much. Were you able to locate rooms that would be able to stay in? Were any of them
Yeah,
able?
East Wing, second floor.
Thank you. Nat's just gonna take off and hope she goes east.
Nat's room has a elongated, essentially a puffy chair that is supposed to be for a very large, like, half ogre, and instead it perfectly fits Soul Forger.
Oh, Nat will like sacrifice one of the blankets on the bed for Soul Forger. She will wrap him up.
There is a black box and a purple ribbon on the desk.
Can Nat go ahead and pick up the box? Does it have a tag on it or anything?
It says a potential, from an investor.
Okay, can Nat pull the ribbon off and open it up?
It has what appears to be some wrapped up kind of cloth. You open it up, and it becomes apparent. It is essentially a pajama set. It includes 3 heads.
Oh my god. Does she have any idea who the potential investor might be?
I'm so curious how you're going to get this on him. Is it like you have to like wrap it all the way around and then just button it over, or are you gonna have to pull this over all 3 of his heads at once?
I think all over all 3 of his heads at once. Soul Forger as well, but I think at that she just Soul Forger. I know I just tucked you in. Come here, come here.
I'm cozy, mistress.
I know, but do you want to be even cozier?
I do like even cozier.
Come here, come here.
It's fleas.
Yep. The second he's in
Oh,
front of her,
yeah.
Nat's gonna like crouch down and start trying to like put all of his heads through. And I imagine it's a lot of her being like, "Hold still, you," and him being like, "I've disappeared, mistress." And her being like, "You're fine. You're fine.
I can't see.
You're fine."
It's
Soul,
like the
Soul Forger,
darkness I've
stop backing
wandered
up.
in all so long.
Soul Forger, stop backing up. Hold still. And she's just gonna
He
get
knocks
on him.
over a lamp.
Oh, Soul Forger, we've got to talk about you breaking furniture. She's gonna like get it on him, get it like out of his eyes and like on all of his legs and button it up and just.
The
"No, is it
servants
not
are like
better?"
sticking their head in, being like, "Is everything okay?"
It's fine. I'm sorry. He's a bit rambunctious in the evenings.
Ah,
If you can get me a broom, I'll clean the lamp up.
no need, mistress. We'll do it.
Right. Thank you. Nat like notating in her mind, like, I'm gonna have to talk to Harm about the pay rates. That's gonna have to be a conversation I have to have tomorrow that I don't want to have to make sure they're getting fair wages.
All right.
Before we move on to the night, as everyone seems to be going to their room, Uriel will go back to the balcony to get Belinda.
I thought she was still with Uriel.
We left her on the balcony when we had to go to all of the meetings and stuff, when we left one of the guards with her.
Wait, no, we put her back in the bag.
Nope. She wanted to
we
be on the
didn't.
balcony.
She was mourning the Sultan because they were friends. So we let her mourn and let the guards stay
we
with
sent
her
her
to
back in with
protect her.
Sebastian, didn't we? Because we sent her in with the
No,
Oozes.
we didn't. We
I will go
didn't.
to the episode. I will go to that
Yep.
episode. I
So
swear to you, we sent her in
Uriel's
with the
gonna
Oozes.
go back and get Belinda, and he's gonna see how she's doing.
She's currently petting a little doggy.
Uriel, haggard and worn out, will just come over and be like, Belinda, dear, are you ready to go to bed?
I suppose. Can my friends come in?
Maybe. How many?
She points down at the balcony. There's
How
at
many
least 20 to
friends?
30 dogs, cats, and rats.
Well, that depends. Do you want to go back to the place between places, or would you rather a night here?
Hmm.
I'm sure they have a room dedicated to a princess such as yourself.
I kind of like my room. And she's currently petting a dog that you do not recognize. He does not have a sweater.
Uriel will bend down and look at the dog. So who is this then? She doesn't look like any of the other dogs.
A random friend. I was sad and they came.
Do they have a name?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
You look at the dog and it's obviously kind of like rough condition. It's obviously was a street dog. Even feeling it, you kind of feel like the fleas are on your hand.
Oof.
All right. I don't have anything for that. Because I do damage, not heal. Uriel will just say, well, you don't want to get any more fleas in your bed. You know how hard they were to get out the last time, so why don't we have someone in the palace take a look at them?
Yeah, if we bring the fleas back to the end, Sebastian's gonna be really mad.
Yes, he will. So he'll stand
Professor
up and motion
Restoration work
for.
on fleas.
No. Uriel will just motion for Belinda to follow, and they'll go find just someone to give the dog a bath, I guess.
So she's going to go to the open door, shut it, and then and then look at her backpack and kind of like whisper down, "Hey Sebastian." You gotta hear her like grumbling back, and she says, "Can I have some of that soap?" And then there's like a back and forth, and basically like she's asking for some flea treatment. So Sebastian hands her one of his last shampoo bottles, and she puts it up and says, "This is supposed to get rid of fleas."
Wait, is this Sebastian's getting rid of flea soap? Does Sebastian get fleas?
No, but she brings animals.
He's just well prepared.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
She looks at the dog and she's like, "You want a bath?" And he starts to whine. And she says, I've been wondering if you're one of her dogs. Let's go see Natalia." And so like mid like rambunctious thing as the servant comes out, by the way, is Uriel following Belinda?
He will, as this was his idea.
Okay, you hear the crashing of like a lamp falling, and then like the servant like kind of peeking their head in and talking about that, and then Belinda brings another dog.
Do you
The
hear
lead
Nat
dog.
just saying she'll fix it, even though she's now technically the Sultan? Just like she'll clean it up.
Just
Um,
looking over at Belinda. I think she causes more trouble than some of the animals you bring in just by herself.
Belinda giggles.
All right. You know it's polite to knock on the door before you enter. Why don't you
Belinda
go
knocks
ahead?
on the open door.
oh, I think Nat just kind of at that her head kind of looks over. I like to imagine like Soul Forge is like 90% of the way in the thing by this point. It's just like one of his heads just is not poking through; it's still covered. I think she says, "Oh, Belinda.
Hi, I have a new friend.
Oh, you do. I thought I placed you back in the back. Come here then. Come here."
You see there's like another brown dog she has. Can my other friends come in?
Of course, they always can.
You hear a set of screaming and shouting down the hall, and a loud thumping, almost like a stampede.
Oh no.
No. I like to imagine like this wave of animals burst in and just. I was not aware how many friends you had with you currently. I thought they were back in the inn.
Something hops in one of Soulforge's noses, and he sneezes.
Oh my god.
Oh, it itches, mistress. It itches.
Right, Belinda, can you get it out of his nose, please?
Uh-oh. I think he may have got some.
Got what?
Oh no.
Got what?
Mistress, it itches.
Please.
Nat's never had a pet before. She lived in a cold environment. What do you mean, Belinda?
Soulforger's currently rubbing his back against anything and everything. It itches, mistress.
Come here.
Oh
Come
no.
here. Come here. She just got this fucking set of pajamas on him.
Oh no.
Come here. Come here.
I'm gonna burn
Belinda,
it, mistress. I'm gonna burn it.
don't you dare.
It's gonna. It itches, mistress.
Come here. Belinda, can
His
you
skin
tell
sets
me-
aflame.
His skin sets aflame?
Yep.
What about the
Set themselves on
pajamas?
fire. I bet they're fireproof.
Are his new
That's better.
pajamas
There is now
fireproof?
black flame all around his fur.
Soul Folger, how long have you been able to do that?
I don't know, mistress. Can't you do it?
No.
Are you
I
sure?
mean, I used to be able to summon flames when I was injured, but not since I got the book.
He looks down at his his little three-headed like pajamas now has a slight hole in it.
Oh no.
Oh, Soul Folger, you just got those.
It's cindering a little bit.
Nat just kind of like begins to pat it out.
I feel better, mistress.
How's Belinda look?
She's giggling.
Okay.
The other dog
think-
is currently kneeling.
Kneeling to who? Me?
Hey.
Yeah, the other dog is like on its belly.
Oh, I think Nat just kind of sighs and turns back to it and just holds out a hand and just come here.
A couple more servers gonna come back and they're gonna ask, is everything okay? I noticed we have a lot more pets
It's-
than normal.
Right. So this is Belinda. She's the youngest of our group. These are hers. Do you happen to have a room that could accommodate so many animals?
Well, we do have the baths. They're all gonna need a bath, and you just hear a cacophony of like whining.
That they all just don't. You have to spell it.
All
I
right,
will
cut
support-
to Kane and Varula walking down past a hallway, down the left hallway, down to the second floor. You kind of just hear like a bunch of cacophony and a bunch of noise, while a servant is pointing out your rooms.
What's going on here?
Apparently someone has said the forbidden word to dogs.
Which is Varula's not very familiar with dogs.
Bath.
More whining.
I like to imagine the dogs inside the bag are also whining.
Yeah. Although, where I'm from, we normally just jump into a lake of fire to clean up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we can do about that.
Oh, I take regular cleaning as well, but just I'm sure she's probably figured out that most of her dogs are probably of hell stock by now.
Okay, so the servant shows you to your rooms. They're very nice. They have a nice vanity, a nice bed, some plush sheets, all, and then it has even some water and then some couple of snacks for the night. You don't know what fruity tooties are, but they seem to taste good.
Yeah, Kane is going to clean up a bit and then just crash.
Yeah, I think that's probably. I think Varula would just start heading to bed too. Probably for the best.
Okay, so all the events are past. It's now early morning. I imagine that now Natalia and Belinda are both exhausted, but now inside the end of the bathroom at the end of the hall was a huge bath. Now there's lots of bubbles. There's dogs everywhere. Now there's a bunch of clean dogs. Each have a ribbon.
Yeah. They do get to go to bed though, and I imagine Natalia and Belinda just share the same bed, and all the animals sleep around them. It's incredibly comfortable.
Belinda's currently napping on top of Soul Forger. He's very fluffy.
Oh hell yeah! Who is the new dog, by the way? That was kneeling.
It's a random stray.
Nat has named him Peanut.
We should call him Beefcake.
Oh my god.
It's sort of like fucking Reen fucking pops out screaming at Natalia.
Like just my head out of the ring, like just my head and nothing else, and then right back into the ring.
I think Nat just looks at the dog and just, do you like peanut better or beefcake?
The dog tilts its head.
Okay. Speak once for yes and two for no. Peanut or beefcake? Peanut?
It doesn't say anything.
Right, I'm not used to dogs that don't talk. We're going to stick with peanut.
I'm not used to dogs that don't talk.
All of her dogs communicate in some capacity with her. And Soul Forger literally talks. But yeah, we got a good night's sleep. I'm gonna take a long rest.
All right.
If during the night the camera ever pans to Kane sleeping, he is wrapped up in every blanket in the room.
It's too cold.
It's too cold for him.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
So it's now early in the morning. You guys have had breakfast. I'm gonna speed this along a little bit. Natalia has of course now has access to a full-on kitchen that needs supplies.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. She did. I want to say she made everyone breakfast, despite the fact the servants were incredibly confused. So I'm gonna have her use all of her cook treats thing. So she will give one to Varilla, Katya,
Can I have one?
Kane.
Asked Fizzlebang.
I'll give you one of the non-magical ones.
Ah,
And then I
That's
think
why
she
I'm
looks at
reading.
Edicts and just hands it to Belinda because I think she's just.
you're gonna
And
get
I assume
Belinda
we
a
both-
magical treat. Belinda, the non-combatant.
Yes, because last time Ul made a point of handing it to Belinda.
Are you trying to out
Um,
Ul, or are you trying to keep your kids safe?
I'm also trying to keep my kids safe.
Fair enough.
But also, Ul made a point of it, so I think she just looks at Edicts and just, we're in agreement then, and then she's just gonna give him a regular one. So everyone add a plus. I want to say it's 8. Give me a second. No, it's a plus 4 plus my proficiency bonus, so plus 6. Wait, no, 8 because I have a 4 my proficiency bonus. So yes, it is 8.
Yay.
Yeah.
With everything
I will
going
note
on,
that I'm not in the kitchen per se. I'm like lurking outside the kitchen.
You were saying, Uriel?
I was going to say that with everything that's been going on, Uriel probably still has not woken up. He is
So yeah, she'll just
taking
give it to Belinda.
he is taking a siesta to get ready for the
Mhm.
for everything he has to do.
So the only speaking of this, the only magical item I couldn't find in the list was the amulet of long life.
Parapet of health.
Okay, thank you.
Harm will come up and say, "Hello, Steward here. You have a visitor petitioning the court today. You do have, of course, 19 other minutiae to do, some other small events. There's about 40, 50 nobles are patiently waiting for about 6 hours. It's good for them to wait. Let's see, you got some more that want to pledge fealty. About half the nobles are missing. That could be a problem.
But half the nobles are missing.
They didn't show up to pledge fealty.
Oh,
Ah.
So they aren't missing, they just didn't come.
Well, no, that can be considered a slight against the new ruler.
Yes.
Oh, I'm aware of that much.
Well,
It
of
doesn't
course, the
bother me,
previous
but I'm aware
Sultan
of
just
it.
had the group that did that. Well, a little bit of beheading here and there, but I doubt that'll fly right now.
That
And of
definitely will
course,
not
a
fly at
visitor
all,
from
ever.
a foreign temple
A
is
foreign
here
temple.
requesting the crown's aid.
A foreign temple?
Yes.
What temple?
I don't know. It's a foreign one. I can't pronounce that.
Show me the name.
He shows you a name of a foreign temple.
Cannot know anything about this temple. Does she recognize the name in any capacity?
No.
Cool. I think she just nods very solemnly and just a foreign temple.
Yes.
Sounds like Varula would.
Yeah, Varula would definitely take a look at this. Would she know the name of it?
You don't recognize recognize a name, but you remember it as a ruin.
Oh, interesting.
It
Oh,
was
well,
a
she'll
site of
convey that.
archaeological importance.
She'll note that as such, but she said, I assume Varula's never been there though.
You went to the dig. You found
Okay,
some
what?
artifacts there that indicated that that essentially there used to be an art that was known to monks here about manipulating elements, and you found artifacts that hinted to that, but no one else. It was destroyed a long time ago.
For manipulating elements.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we can at least see what they have to say.
That we can. I would say perhaps we start with them and work our way up.
I agree.
Nat's like side-eyeing Kane while she says that of just, yeah, this is fine. This is what we're supposed to do. Right. So I'm assuming that there's a meeting room available to meet with them.
Of course,
Well,
of
the
course.
petitioners should be met in the throne room.
They
The
should, but
the
the ones
monks can
requesting
be
aid-
met in one of the meeting rooms.
Right.
Monk, single.
Yeah. Can you go ahead and show the monk to the nearest meeting room, and we'll meet you there?
Might I interject, Your Majesty? I would recommend, as a matter of course, to meet most people in the throne room if possible. The only people you should meet in individual meeting rooms are mostly staff, or especially prearranged situations, or where you don't feel the need to show your power. For now, I would highly recommend the throne room for most of these things. The meeting room for your staff, and then afterwards, your trusted confidants can use meeting rooms to speak with you in more private forms. But the throne room is protected in numerous ways should anything try to he like trails off.
Murder me,
Yeah.
behead me.
Yes.
Right. I will take your advice then. Thank you for giving it to me.
Of course, of course. Oh, we also have these requisitions for the kitchen, additional payment requests for livestock. Oh, what about the new batch of slave frees?
Slave freeze? This is
Yes.
toasty about
It's the name of the program we use to free slaves.
Oh,
Ah.
yes. If it's freeing them and they're able to go on their own way and do whatever they need to do, yes. Livestock and the like as well, yes, and the other one, yes. Also, I was hoping to discuss the pay rate for the current employees of the crown. I'm
Most
not
of our
quite sure.
employees are once slaves. We free them in exchange for 1 year's service. We take care of them in the meantime. They give them a small stipend as well, and then we give them a bonus when they complete the service and they're free to go. That's how it's been in the previous past.
That
Helps
actually
ensure
sounds-
that everyone on our staff is loyal. You could, of course, just hire people, but, well, the nobles will expect to have spies at that point.
Right. But that
And that-
also sounds fair as long as they're willing and they're treated well and we let them go if they want to leave early.
Yes, and any that wish to extend their employment should be given an actual payment
actual-
schedule.
Oh, of course, they
Exactly,
all get
and-
paid. It's just the ones who are indentured just get paid significantly less, given the cost it was taken to acquire them. would you like to expand the repertoire of slave acquisitions? And he goes on and on for about like 20 to 30 minutes.
Yep, Nat's like nodding the entire way, agreeing where Nat as a character would agree, all that.
And
And
at the
then the
end,
main
he
thing
quotes you a figure that is staggeringly high.
I think Nat just
Kane will snap his fingers and look for harm to appear around his elbow.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, what's the current tally in the coffers?
It's not looking that good. Apparently,
Why are we
the
using our
nobles,
money? What doesn't? Sorry.
the nobles haven't been paying their taxes.
why have they not been paying their taxes?
That's a good question.
Sounds like we need to go. Sounds like we need to go speak to the nobles directly.
Yeah.
Should
Yeah, 'cause we have
I
about
send a
half of them waiting.
few, let's just say, persuasive individuals?
What do you mean when you say persuasive? Do I not want to know what you mean?
Don't want to know. Kane will hold up
Right.
his hand to Harm. All right, write down the names of every noble that hasn't paid their taxes.
That would be about half.
I am
turns out
assuming they're the half that didn't show
Yeah,
up.
it turns out the little shits didn't even show up to show fealty, so it looks like we're gonna have a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Steve. He looks at Steve, the steward.
So I have two suggestions for this. We can cancel their royal status and strike the houses from the records since they won't show fealty and have not paid their taxes, which is a form of protection to the crown. And
kind
we
of a
can
rough
replace
one.
it is. We could also replace them with people that would be more beneficial to us. Or
Violence
we
is
could go with
subterfuge.
harm
He's holding up.
We're not-
holding up a clipboard.
We're not going to kill them. We are not going to kill people for
It's
it.
we're not killing them. We're replacing them.
I'm fine taking the status away. But I cannot, in good faith, say that you can just go and murder
Absolutely.
someone
Now,
because they do not agree.
can you speak with my esteemed colleague about the additional dog acquisitions? My lady.
Can Nat roll an insight check to see if he's just sending her away? Can she?
You can, with disadvantage because it's harm.
Well, that's a nat 1 on my first roll, so.
Dog acquisitions it is.
Yep. And I think she just turns back to Steve and she's like,
Harma
Well-
kindly directs me to a meeting room to plan the assassinations. Now,
She's
you want
living
to
up to that
do
figurehead.
this quick and quiet? You want to have professionals? You want to do it yourself? What do you want to do?
Kane will actually turn to whoever else is in the party group. Most generally, I wouldn't have them assassinated. I would have them excommunicated and exiled.
Nah, it won't work. They have look. Let's just say they still have access to money outside of the royal accounts. It would be very problematic. However, I could possibly use some spy work to it'll cost some money, but we could see about getting people next in line, arranging it to be so, who are more favorable, and then of course arranging a few accidents as an example.
Actually, that reminds me of something that would work beautifully and would make our queen and myself less emotionally harmed. How about we set up to have their dirty little secrets exposed so they leave willingly?
Blackmail is more effective than actually open.
But yes, of course. Get a hold of their dirty little secrets and we can blackmail them into leaving, setting up the next heir.
Okay, I'll keep this as an option opening. And so he's basically what he's going to do essentially is I'm creating a system for you guys where you have a certain amount of resource points. These aren't going to be gold you can necessarily extract. These are things you can be using in the context of the kingdom to enact certain changes. It's going to be various things like
nice.
resources. It's going to be like political capital and things like that. And then missions, as you complete them, can reward points for this system as well.
hell
But yeah, I think
We-
Kane and Natalia
So-
both would better with blackmail than outright
Yes,
murder and
So much
assassination.
more. So much more.
It would be a lot more difficult and it's going to be more expensive.
Right, but Nat as a character would not want to just murder someone. That doesn't mean that no one can't
That's what
do
the
it
Dark
behind her back.
Positions are for.
But
You're basically hiring the assassins.
yeah,
But Kane wants to try a few methods. If they don't work first, then he will have one of the other party members make the decision.
So essentially,
Yeah.
Steve handles the day-to-day, Harm handles the special projects. Okay.
yeah. How
So-
much? I know already what Nat's going to want to add to this kingdom. We are getting a universal healthcare system. We are getting support systems in this kingdom. We're going to make life here a lot better. It's going to be great.
Woo-hoo.
Woo.
We need to start a propaganda machine.
Me over here, like worldwide healthcare. Making sure everyone in
No.
the city can eat. You're
I
like,
like to
yes, propaganda.
no, I need to make them in favor of our healthcare and our food systems. Like propaganda, like
You know what
for
would
our
be
ideas.
perfect? Getting flyers and like posters of just Natalia in full angel mode.
Here's the thing: is I was literally when we go meet the nobles was going to have Nat pull out the angel shit. Because even she knows that has to be effective in some capacity.
Mm.
But yeah, we'll take the hit and go for the blackmail route instead of the outright assassination route. Although it is still on the table.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of ones that are not likely to respond even to blackmail. So we,
I would ask.
it's not
one of-
murder if it's an accident. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, go talk to one of the other
Very
members
well.
of the court.
Who would you like to hire? Would you like to hire the family for this? Best ones, although complicated to get into bed with the family.
Kane will actually turn, if Katya and Varula are in the room, he will turn to them with a look like, help! This is beyond me.
I'm not in the room still. I'm like sulking outside, eavesdropping.
If Varula is there,
Yeah,
then
Brilla's there. Brilla's there.
you get the help. I don't want to kill anyone unless I have to. Look,
I still think we can just talk to them first and just see how it goes.
Look, the previous Sultan used raw power. I doubt, he looks you up and down, I doubt you'll be able to go that route.
Are these nobles that strong? Do they not hide? Like, are they that well
They
trained
can
in magic?
muster an entire army.
Oh, they cannot muster. Okay.
Yeah, so they each have their own retainers, and if you do meet them, it was most likely be in their keep surrounded by guards.
Well, perhaps we could promise them something for their loyalty.
Perhaps. But
Bro,
bot
we can
loyalty, I prefer, let's just say, more eager loyalties and purchased ones.
Well, it doesn't seem like they were eager for the last Sultan either.
True. Okay. He makes notes in the clipboard. Okay. So fasting forward, because we're gonna actually get some stuff done, and a lot of this can be done in RP. So, some more dog positions have been added. There are going to be new sweaters, handcrafted by a lot of the new previous slaves who were employed in a lot of different ways. They're going to be taught how to weave, and one of the first things they're going to do, weave dog sweaters.
Hell yeah. Would Nat also be able to put into order with that to have them start making clothing for the people who are underprivileged in the city?
Yeah. You can. This is going to be what I'm going to do is I'm going to create what's called resource points, and then these projects that you're going to come up with, I'll give you a resource point cost, and you can see them. If it's political, you also have a political capital cost as well. And when you find treasure, you'll have the option of converting them essentially to resource points or otherwise.
Okay. I like
Also,
to think
though,
by this point,
before we go around and start making 100% new clothes, let's try and see what we can like reuse. Because, like, depending on how fast fashion moves, it's possible that like a lot of people have clothes that they just like get rid of as the seasons change.
we could
So
start
maybe
a drive.
instead of that-
We could start a drive.
exactly.
It looks so good too for us, but it's just Nat's like they're talking about that, and Nat's already like in her mind like, well, the dogs don't really need new sweaters. I mean, there are other options. Like going through that mentally the whole time this is going on.
Well, actually, the dogs do need sweaters. I don't know any noble families with massive 3-headed dogs.
Okay, listen, that was not a thing before. All of her dogs were fine before.
they now all have.
By the way, not all your dogs have 2 heads. It depends on their rank.
Okay. Soul Forger is the highest rank,
Correct.
so he has the 3. So I think Nat's like nodding along, and I think eventually she's going to look over towards Soul Forger and just. Do you think, by the way, you could get me another meeting with the council at some point?
Maybe, mistress. We'll have to
Well,
ask
you
our
went back in
friend.
time. Are they gonna remember you?
No. I think she just right. Whenever you can, I need you to look into it. All right.
Okay.
I think the council would be
Parlay.
incredibly useful. I like to think at this point, this is when like Varula and Kane are getting back, and I think Nat just kind of like looks up from where she's like talking to Soul Forger about getting a meeting with the dog, like the dog council, and I think she like sees Kane, sees Varula, kind of nods a little bit, and just right. So next step, I believe, would be meeting with the nobles.
Yes.
Yes.
So I do suggest dressing up for the occasion. You want to seem
You are not being the nobles at the moment. That is something that's going to be done later.
Yeah.
In lore reason. The reason why it's something that has to be like arranged. It's
You know,
not something
I
that's
get-
Oh,
done
I
the
thought
same
you said
day.
that there were some waiting.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant
Yeah.
the other meeting. My
No,
bad.
these
no,
are the ones
the
that are
ones that are
waiting.
waiting.
Got you.
So I suggest dressing resplendently and being imposing. Do not agree to anything immediately, and make sure you thoroughly listen and listen for doublespeak.
This is
Nat's like
just a
looking at Kane.
swearing-in ceremony. You'll be able to do a meet and greet later.
Right. Kane,
Yes.
we are going to put something into practice here. If you
Yes.
think that I am saying something stupid, we need a symbol or something. For you to
Harm
give me that would
whistles.
not be noticeable. You're not going to
Th-
whistle at me. That's
no,
incredibly noticeable.
That would be
You do
something
it to your
that is.
dog.
Tell you what, if I am able to, I will stand to the left of the throne, probably down center, which means
Mhm.
off the dais itself. If you are saying something that would be considered foolish or agreeing to something outright, I will smack the dais with my tail.
That should work. All right, I will keep an eye on you then and try not to make it noticeable that I am watching. So I like that because here's the thing: is Nat, I don't think has like a naturally imposing demeanor or anything of that nature, and she's not one to dress up. And I think she just, are you sure appearing in my armor would look bad?
No, you want to look regal. I suggest a good taffeta dress in your full angelic form. Something to be somewhat imposing while also receptive.
Right.
I mean, you have high charisma. You can channel it probably however you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just want to make the look of imposing.
Yeah. I think she looks over towards Steve, which I think is the steward's name. Correct me if I'm wrong. And just, would there be anything that would fit me similar to his description on the castle grounds currently?
I think we got you covered.
Right.
You know how
could
a
you go...
peacock looks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nat just kind of automatically shakes her head and just, no.
It's the fashion.
It's
Oh my god, wait, Nat, what if we did this thing where it was like you never talk, you always like whenever you hear anyone, you always just like whisper to what you want to be said, like the gist of it or whatever, to like Uriel or Kane, and then they translate and make it sound more imposing.
I understand the theory behind that. I don't
I think it
feel
would be funny.
possibly.
Commit to the bit.
Or you could, I mean, Kane can't understand it, but you could speak in Celestial.
Some of the nobles might pick up on these slang.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So I think Nat just, do you have anything not peacocky?
Well, I'll have you know, this is the height of fashion, but in forward fashion, perhaps this. It's a sleek, slender, but elegant black dress.
That should work perfectly. And she'll hold her arms out for it.
Simple is less is more, as they say.
Right. Give me 10 minutes and I should be able to meet all of you again.
All right, bat symbol, except it's Natalia. She's dressed.
Yeah.
No, 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 no,
She
no, no.
did take no. She did take her holy symbol off of her sword, and it is now like hanging from her neck like a necklace. Um, and I think like she still has Linebeck's sword like over her shoulder. She has unwrapped it so that you can see the blade on her back with the swirling light. With, like the stars are caught within it. And then I think also she has politely asked someone and switched the usual moonstones out to hang from her horns for like a darker like onyx if she was able to match better with the dress and her earrings as well.
Onyxes were purchased within 5 minutes of asking.
Okay.
Yep.
It's cheap ones. She wanted the cheap shit.
They're not going to get you the cheap shit.
I don't think she knows the difference. So she wouldn't know. She just asked for some black jewelry to better match, but she switched everything out to better match. And I think also Soul Forger has been freshly groomed and his nails have been cut within that 10 minutes.
He now has a
he's
bow
out of-
tie.
Yep, he now has a bow tie, and he
Free
no
chat.
longer is in his PJs. Yep. But I think she returns and just kind of brushes the dress off just a little and just, what do you think? Intimidating enough?
It looks good. Now, bring out your halo and your wings, and you'll notice his horns are polished, and he is currently wearing a tuxedo.
Oh, hell yeah. Nat will just kind of nod. She will go ahead and activate her ability to bring her wings out. And then above her head appears a pink halo that has like a heart, that's shaped like a heart.
Not as imposing as I would
Tradition-
hope, but
Harm's going to ask, will you be veiled, ma'am? To Virula.
Will I be what?
Veiled.
veiled.
Traditionally, consorts are veiled.
Fro's not my consort.
I will not.
He
be veiled.
raises a big eyebrow.
She's her own person.
I'm a part of this government outside of that too.
Exactly.
He will lean in and will like try to whisper to Virula. If they can't see your face, it's much harder to scry on you.
That is true. Virula rolls her eyes and agrees to be veiled in a sense.
He kind of does like a pose and claps twice, and another dun da da, and Virula now looks pretty.
We're all dressed. We all look real good, and I love it. Nat will kind of straighten up, look at Soul Forger.
Do I need to create a detailed written description of this event so you can make it so you could do your typical Natalia thing and get a commission? Because I know
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm definitely getting Art of Nat at the very least in a fancy dress because I've been wanting some anyway. And I need to get party art at some point anyway.
It is a dress that's designed to be worn over a very light armor. You don't have any mithril, as far as I know, but
No.
you know, shiny plate will work.
Oh hell yeah. I do actually need to switch her armor out at some point, but
It's called
yeah,
dress plate.
Dress plate,
Dress
yes.
plate. But yeah, she's dressed. Has like that lighter armor. I imagine like that was brought to her with at some point. But yeah, we're ready to go. Let's go meet the nobles. She is like as she's passing, she's gonna kind of reach out and put like a hand on Verilla's arm and just, we've got this, right?
I have no doubt in my mind we will be fine.
Nat will kind of nod, take a breath, spread her wings out, which are fucking massive. Try and tip her chin up just a little, and she's just gonna walk.
I'm gonna be lurking outside for this meeting. I'm not gonna be inside the room while you guys are all meeting the nobles.
So, we're in the throne room. Everyone is seated, and Harm like snaps his fingers, and the doors open, and the nobles start to come in. There is one family in particular that is prominent, that is here, but does not seem to differ very much.
What,
And
very much?
Katya would know them as House Cravenshire.
I'm not in there.
What? Why not?
I just said I wasn't gonna be in there like 20
She's
seconds ago.
lurking.
Okay, you're lurking in the balcony, like above.
I'm like outside. Okay, I'm above. I just don't want to be in a room with anyone right now.
You know, you're out and away, but you can still see the proceedings.
All right. But I'll
See,
message
above
Natalia.
so above like the throne room are actually areas that like they're like little booths where think of them like theater booths where individual like nobles could be present in court but not directly, you know, so they can observe at they wish, and you're in one of those booths. It's like
Okay,
it's like
but
shaded so no one can really see you from up there.
yeah, they're all dark and shaded, not like just this specific one. But yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm like just up there crouching, eyeing proceedings. I want to insight check also, or perception check. I want to see if any of the nobles looks like they're about to try and kill us.
None of them have weapons. That's very obvious. If they were trying to kill you, they wouldn't be doing it right here.
Mm-hmm.
One of the lords does like bows forward and then they start doing their whole thing. The last one is the most pompous of them all. He says, "Hello, I'm Reginald Cravenshire," as if talking like he's from like he's like a guy who's like, "I went to Oxford."
Mm-hmm.
Nat's just
Can I
going to
make a
make.
history check to see what I remember about this family?
Um, so basically, long story short, they're lawyers. They're
Right.
known for essentially abusing the legal system to make money.
Okay.
They're like the
I'm gonna
legal
message.
system's domestic abuser.
Yeah.
Nat's not gonna like this when she figures that out. For right now,
I'm just
though,
gonna message out you bad vibes. Don't trust.
I'll
What?
have you know, you can trust my family in their entirety. We hold nothing but the greatest esteem for your ladyship and the company.
I don't even need to insight check to know that it's a motherfucking lie.
Yeah.
He has a giant peacock-like thing behind him, by the way,
Oh my god, the
Ah.
thing Nat turned down.
and his
Um,
face is powdered, and he's like, he has like a fan. He bats himself, and I'll have you know, if you require any legal guidance, we'd be more than happy to provide our services at cost.
Nat just kind of, out of the corner of her eye, keeping an eye on Kane, just will incline her head ever so slightly, not enough where it would be lower than him. Before just in celestial at first, just thank you.
He snorts a little bit. Yes, thank you indeed.
I was just testing to see how educated you truly were, and she'll switch back into common.
Yes,
I think at this point in time,
indeed,
Kane-
educated.
at this point in time, Kane would use thaumaturgy and make the lights actually brighten in the throne room as she's speaking Celestial.
By the way, he covered his mouth with a fan, and Katya can clearly see him giggling and laughing.
The lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daily reminder: Nat has not fixed her accent yet. It's still a really bad accent.
Hey, can I cast detect magic on myself and see if he's anything?
He possesses a few magic items.
Okay.
Roll me perception again, Katya.
Okie dokie.
What'd you get?
I am rolling. Slow typer. 31.
Oh shit.
You see a shadowy figure on the opposite side with some kind of like, it looks like your gun. And they're kind of like aiming it at the guy, and like he taps your ear and you hear a message next to you. I got him at my sides, says Harm.
Kane makes the symbol of devil horns at his side while listening to this guy. He doesn't know what's going on
Oh,
up there.
let me roll to see if that's the symbol. That's the signal. It's not the signal.
No, it's not. This is Kane's way of cussing without cussing, basically.
Oh my
This is his
God.
way of saying go to hell.
Yes, well, I can see you're all very busy. Um, and I'm sure I will be able to take advantage of all of these pleasantries. But please, next week, come and see my house, my ball, even I shall be hosting. I'll be more than happy to show you all the pleasures that we have available.
If I
Can't
decide
tap-
that I, oh yeah, not just if I decide that I can spare the time, I will.
Of course, I know how much work you do.
Is Kane still tapping the dais? How
He tapped it before you spoke, so it's like, be careful what you say here.
does he? Does no more taps after that? He thought that was good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Nat will kind of just nod and just. Now we will be moving on to the next person. You can see yourself out.
Of course, of course. I need a bath. And he leaves. I still got the shot.
Is no one else in the throne room now?
As
Are we
he
good?
as he's leaving, Arm's still like, I still got the shot.
Like, how did you even get my gun?
I can
He's got
teleport.
his own gun.
Okay.
It was a gift from a floating guy. He said use it well.
It's from Fizzlebang.
It's from Fizzle.
Oh.
Come on, 5 seconds left. I still got the shot. Ah, damn it. Oh, was I not supposed to kill that guy?
He didn't.
We have. Oh,
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I don't think we are even hearing him.
No,
he
this
is currently
Katya.
messaging the Katya. Okay. And now the last petitioner comes in.
Okay.
And describe him.
Who?
Cool.
I think
Did
we've
we
lost
lose him?
I
we've
think we
lost
did.
him.
No. So I'm gonna
Well-
throw a rock at him.
I guess this is where we end for this week, guys.
Right on a cliffhanger, as God intended.
Yep. Da, 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 da.
Oh,
Theo,
no,
take
we
it-
haven't been going for 2 hours.
Well, it's a good place to end it.
It's almost 11 at your guys' time. I have to do anything with my mom before I go to bed, and I've got to get to bed early because I'm working tomorrow.
Yep,
We'll pick
and
up
we
on
lost Duel.
Tuesday.
And we've lost Duel, so at this point.
Also, for Tuesday, I'm coming right from the dentist, and they might be fixing my teeth, so I might be a little bit like garbled, depending on if they have to do numbing stuff on me.
Oh yeah, that's always
So
fun.
before we do that, so the guard's going to come in and he looks kind of bruised. He's got like a patch over his eye, and he says, and he comes up to Kane and says, about that acquisition you wanted, sir.
Yes.
He's proving a little rambunctious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you acquire a demon capturing stone?
We might need more guys.
All right.
So
Well-
does anyone have any the ability to undo polymorph?
If you look up at the balcony, I do.
I can also. I do have. Well, no, I don't have dispel magic. I have counterspell. Never mind.
I have to spell
Oh, Nat
magic.
also can, yeah.
Okay,
Um,
good. He like snaps his fingers and they lead in a small herd of chickens.
So we'll be getting to work soon.
Why are there chickens?
Turn them
Oh,
into-
you're
welcome back. So they came back from trying to acquire Jeb.
Wait, I thought that was a joke.
No, that was real, and he polymorphed them into chickens.
Okay, I only meant that as a joke. Was it actually gonna go after Jeb?
Well. Also, hello, you were told to describe a man, and then you never described a man, and then
Hold
we
on.
said, well.
So he's gonna say, Lord, can I have authorization to bring another company? I
That
firmly believe he can get it done if I throw enough men at the problem.
I think
I mean, how many things can they really have hidden there? That's all I'm saying.
it's Jeb. I think you could send the army after him and still have issues.
What do you want to do?
An exorcist, a few adventures, and a demon capturing stone should be enough.
All right, I'll post a job. Okay. Afterwards, the last petitioner comes in. Cool. Describe him.
I thought we were ending. Why are
I
we
also thought
suddenly
we were
going
ending.
back?
I also thought we were ending. We've reached the point, Theo, the cliffhanger, as we always end on.
Shia LaBeouf.
No, we haven't even gone 2 hours. 11 p.m. We
Shia
started at
LaBeouf.
like 8 or 9.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We now have a new ending time of 11 because Queen.
Shia
And
LaBeouf.
also,
And this
School works in the morning, and Talon has to go leave early, and I work in the morning.
Okay, y'all need to stop being so fucking late. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I'm taking off.
Too flashy.
All right, thank you so much for listening. Have a good day.